Hi everyone, thank you and welcome to my channel. And if you are here for the very first time, then I make videos based on my experience of parenting my little toddler. And I also try to share some very basic tips and advices for people who, or for couples who want to achieve first time parenthood, especially over the age of 35. So the reason to make this video is to share an observation based on my today's experience of dropping my child at the childcare center and then bringing her back in the late evening. So like very common scenario, nothing fancy here. Uh, but what I'm going to like discuss or share is um, maybe many people might relate, or it may be new for some of you. But yeah, so if after picking up your child from the daycare or the childcare center, you also have to like witness scenes like which are almost similar to like WrestleMania or WWE. So um, I'm talking about that. So what that means is like when your child comes back from the childcare or the daycare center after exchanging like a few pleasantries and warm hugs and cuddles and giggles, if they suddenly start showing even more energy even after a long and a hectic day at their childcare center, then obviously your house or whichever room they are displaying that WrestleMania sort of a behavior, that room like becomes really messy. Although that's not the issue, room can be fixed back up again. That's not the issue, but the real issue is when your child is like extra energetic, especially after a long day. So usually that happens, especially in my case, when the child misses their afternoon nap in the center. uh, Now, I have nothing against the center or the educators. They are like really super hardworking people, and like they have my highest regards. The only thing is, if your child refuses to take a nap in the afternoon, then I think as per policy they cannot force the child. Although if the child is at home, then we can certainly make them sleep, because we are parents and we have like say a higher say. So that creates like a very unique problem in on most days when the child misses their afternoon nap, especially at the childcare center. After coming back from the center, they are they are a bit lethargic. They do play, like in my case my child does play whatever storybooks or blocks makings or any other objects she likes to play. She does that, but then after taking like a bath, she has her like dinner, and then very soon she retires to bed. That's like the best case scenario. But the scenario which I am talking about is where when the child returns after a long and a hectic day, miss when they have missed their afternoon nap, and they return with even more energy, which I had to like witness today. And this has happened in the past also, but I never thought of like making a video. But today I witnessed that my child has like even more energy than usual days, even on days when she's like very well rested. So now this creates a unique problem, and this has like a deeper observation, at least for me. I hope that you also are able to relate to this. So the first obvious issue is like when the child gets like super excited like that, they can there are some chances that they can harm themselves, because she was literally getting like out of control, and jumping from the chair to the mattress and vice versa, and engaging in like extreme level I would say naughtiness or cheekiness. So on the surface, it looks very cute, and like as a parent, I also enjoy to enjoy having fun with my child like that. But I have seen that she nearly missed, like getting a bump on her head or something nasty. So then I had to divert her attention from that. But the deeper observation which I was talking about based on this is because the child between the age of say 3 to 5 is still very very young, and the number of hours they spend or they have to spend at the childcare center, obviously it's totally not their choice, it's the parents will. And I would say it's not even the will, it's just a necessity, because if both parents have to work, then there is no way possible that the child can stay at home. So sending to childcare is a necessity. So um, you can imagine, most children spending between say 9 to 10 hours or some even more at the childcare center with other children and educators and missing their nap. It can completely put their like system out of place. Like on the surface they would be giggling, they would be playing, but deep inside they like they have become like uncomfortable. And I'm not saying that it would be happening with each and every child, but most of the child at least which I have seen, and that is the case with my daughter as well. So um, I just wanted to draw a parallel with when like we were growing up or when we were that age. If I remember, in the late 80s, in the late 1980s, when I was this age. So and most of us would start the school after say three plus age, and at that time the duration of the school was only a few hours, like I think from 8 till 12, or like 4 to 5 hours at max. And after that, all the children, or at least the little children, would go back home to their parent, like mostly their moms, and then spend the rest of the day. So you can imagine the difference between the number of hours children who are like born today or in the recent past, like last 5 10 years, how long they have to spend their time at the daycare centers, especially in these Western countries. Now, some of you would think that, if I have so much of a problem, then why don't I like move back, back to India and solve this problem? But unfortunately, that's not the solution. Because India has also changed, and I have taken this life decision. The only purpose to make this video is to share this observation with other parents that if you have this option to somehow reduce the hours of your child at the childcare center, then I think it will definitely help you and the child, of course. But of course, you for that you have to be willing to make some sacrifice to your income and maybe your ambition. So only parents who are able to sacrifice can do so, but others who have some financial difficulties or financial goals, or who are ambitious, or who simply cannot spend so much time with their child during the week, then obviously you can't do that. So, and just before ending this video, one more thing that for couples who are planning to become first time parents like anytime soon, and especially if those of you who live in Australia or any such country which I mentioned, you, you must keep this observation in mind, because soon you will also encounter this problem. So if you can find some means to navigate around this, then nothing like that. I'll like if or when I have like say my second child, we'll try to do this. but obviously only time will tell. But those of you who can, do something about it, please do so. So with that message, I wish to end this video. I hope you like it, and I'll see you in the next video. Thank you and take care. Bye bye.